Hi, we are going to start with the session 3 of working capital management. Here we are going to discuss the economic order quantity and the ratios associated with the working capital management. So, management of inventories is very important because if you have too many inventory and if it sits idle, it will not be productive. And if you do not have sufficient inventory, you will not be able to meet the demands of your clients. You'll not be able to make enough sales. So it's important to have enough inventory on hand. And inventory includes the raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. So it's very important to strike the right balance between the two. It's very important to have the right amount of inventory. Hello Aditya, are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me or not? Yes or not?
Yes,
Aditya?
sir.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. So I'm talking about inventory management, and managing the inventory is very important because if you don't have enough inventory, you'll not be able to make enough sales. You'll not be able to meet the demands. And if you're carrying too much inventory, you might have to incur a lot of cost for maintaining, for keeping that inventory in stock. And a lot of your, if you're not able to make enough sales, your stock will be sitting idle, and that is like lost revenue. That will not be productive. So we have to find a quantity which is economic. I mean, where where you have the minimum expenses and you have just the right order. That is called the economic order quantity. So there are a lot of factors which influence the inventory management, and that is the lead time, cost of holding inventory. Cost of holding inventory includes the material cost, ordering cost, carrying cost, cost of tying up of funds, cost of understocking, cost of overstocking. And then there's a factor called stocks level. I mean, how much stocks do we have? So, and stock level can be categorized as a reorder level, maximum level, minimum level, safety level, and danger level. So the level of stocks that we have, variety reduction, inventory management is also influenced by variety reduction, materials planning, services level, obsolete inventory and scrap, quantity discounts, and so on. So these are the factors influencing the management of inventory: the lead time, cost of holding inventory, stocks level, variety reduction, material planning, service levels, obsolete inventory and scrap, and quantity discounts. I mean, the factors which determine how we manage the inventory. Aditya, so let me ask you a question. What will be the inventory for a hotel?
For sir? Hall.
For a hotel, what will be its inventory?
Okay, sir. Can I type in chat, sir?
Yeah, right. Aditya, are you typing something? Aditya, are you typing something? Are you still with me, Aditya?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, that is for a restaurant, right? For a hotel, sells rooms. Rooms will be the inventory that is the same.
Rooms, sir. Rooms and in rooms, ACs, fans, bed. These are
That
the
is part of the
inventories
room
of.
inventory. That is Not inventory because they are not selling, I mean the goods or services they sell, that is considered to be inventory. Okay.
Okay.
The goods or the services they sell, that is considered the inventory. Not the items itself, but the goods or services they sell. For a hotel, the inventory will be the room they sell per night. For a factory, the inventory will be the work in progress or the finished goods. So the finished goods which are going to be sold, which they are holding, is their inventory. So the first question is what is economic order quantity? So we will come to that, and how much they should be, how much order should be placed depends on the economic order quantity, and when to order. The second question, when to order, arises because of uncertainty that relates to determining a reorder point, when to place the order. So economic order quantity, the ordering quantity problems are solved by the firm by determining the economic order quantity. So as we saw that too much inventory is not good and too less inventory is also not good. We need to strike the right balance between the two so that we have the optimum level of inventory. And there are two types of costs involved in carrying in this model, which are ordering costs and carrying costs. The economic order quantity is that level of inventory which means total ordering and carrying costs. Okay. The economic order quantity is the level of inventory which minimizes total of ordering and carrying costs. So ordering means some costs are involved while placing the order, while procuring the goods, and carrying means for maintaining the inventory, like keeping that in stock. That also involves some sort of cost. So ordering costs are requisitioning.
Sir, hold on. Hello.
Yeah, Vidya.
Sir, can you repeat? Go to the previous slide.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, definition: the order of quantity problems are solved by the firm by determining the economic order quantity.
Yeah.
That is optimum level of inventory. मतलब जो best inventory है इनके firm के पास, उसका
देखो
एक
इन्वेंटरी बहुत ज्यादा भी नहीं होनी चाहिए, बहुत कम भी नहीं होनी चाहिए, उतनी होनी चाहिए जितनी हमें जरूरत है, और वो जो ऑप्टिमम लेवल है वो डिटरमिन करते हैं इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी से. तो इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी कैसे डिटरमिन की जाती है, इसके ऊपर हम थोड़ी से बाद में डिस्कशन करेंगे, एक दो स्लाइड के बाद. तो ये जस्ट की डेफिनेशन है इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी होती क्या है. इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी इज द लेवल ऑफ व्हिच मिनिमाइजेस टोटल ऑर्डरिंग एंड कैरिंग कॉस्ट. So there are ordering costs and carrying costs involved, and ordering, like when you're placing for order for an inventory, so there are costs involved with requisitioning, order placing, transportation, receiving, inspecting and storing, and clerical and staff. Okay, so these are the ordering costs, and carrying costs are like warehousing, keeping that in the warehouse, handling the inventory, clerical staff, insurance. Companies also have to get the inventory insured, so that if something bad happens, if inventory gets damaged, or inventory some grocers are keeping grocery as inventory, and if that goes bad, they have to keep everything insured. So there are costs involved with insurance also, and then there's cost with the deterioration and obsolescence of the inventory. Means inventory also goes bad over time, and even if it is insured, some amount of are you able to see my screen here?
Yes sir.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay, so deterioration and obsolescence means if you have some trendy cloths which are in demand in this season, and next season they go out of demand, so they are obsolete next season. So that portion of cloths which will be obsolete by next season, I mean that will be like lost inventory, because you will not be able to sell that later. Deterioration means If you suppose if you are keeping grocery in stock and if that goes bad over time, you'll not be able to sell it with the maximum profit. You might have to give a rebate on that. So warehousing, handling, clerical staff, insurance, deterioration, and obsolescence are the examples of are the types of carrying costs of the inventory. So the economic order quantity is determined by the formula 2C into O divided P into I, P by I. So C is the consumption, annual usage or demand. Q is the quantity ordered. O is ordering cost per order. I is inventory carrying cost as a percentage on P. P means price per unit. PC is the total cost of ordering and carrying. So not very complex formula, it's a simple formula. Under root of 2 into CO divided by P into I. So C is the consumption, annual usage or demand. Q is the quantity ordered. O is ordering cost per order. I is inventory carrying cost. P is price
So that
per
is
unit.
CO or CQ?
CO.
CO, right? No? Okay,
Yeah.
the consumption into ordering cost per order upon price per unit into inventory carrying cost as
Yeah,
percent
that
on
gives
P.
you the economic order quantity. That gives you the quantity EOQ. Means the quantity which is going to be economical for the company. The quantity of the inventory ordered which is going to be
This
economical.
formula will give economic order quantity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So the optimum
Okay.
level of inventory which the firm should carry for minimizing its losses and maximizing the profit. Okay. So this is the
Yes,
formula.
sir.
Now we come to the next term, which is total cost of ordering and carrying. So here this is given by total cost of ordering and carrying C into O divided by Q plus this is the ordering cost plus Q into P into I divided by 2. This is the cost of carrying the inventory, and total cost of ordering and carrying is minimized at EOQ. When you are placing an order which is same as economic order quantity for the firm, then the total cost of ordering and carrying inventory is also minimized. This is the minimum level for ordering and carrying cost also at the same time, because you are minimizing the losses and maximizing the profits. This is the optimum level of inventory. So here you can see that ordering, here there's a graph of ordering cost and carrying cost. So the graph is the between cost and order size. So you can see the ordering cost and the carrying cost. So these two graphs intersect at a point, and that gives the economic order quantity, the minimum total cost. So that is the economic order quantity where these costs are minimized, and it's an intersection between the two graphs, carrying cost and ordering cost. So this is the way we determine the economic order quantity, the formula that we saw, and if you look at a graphical depiction, then this is the intersection between the carrying cost and ordering cost. So here we made an assumption that whenever order is placed, we are the rate does not change. If we order in large numbers, the rate does not change. But that is not true. I mean, if we place higher
Rate
order,
get reduced if we order, sir, in large number. The rate will get reduced.
yes. In practical scenarios, rate will get reduced. But here we are assuming that the rate is same for economic order quantity. So, but that is not the practical scenario. In practical scenario, if we order higher quantity, rate will be less. So, if suppose the economic order quantity is Q star, and Q star is normally less than the minimum order size, like in practical terms, if you are trying to minimize the cost of order, then the minimum order size, let us say it is Q dash. So there'll be so you need to calculate the change in profit as a result of increasing from Q star to Q dash. So like economic order quantity, we discussed in scenario when the price remains constant, but in practical terms, the price of the order comes down. So Q dash is less than minimum order size. Q star is less than minimum order size Q dash required for quantity discount. Compute change in profit as a result of increasing Q dash to Q star. So there will be a change in profit, which while managing the inventory you are supposed to compute. If you are when you are placing an order, I mean your suppliers can have a contractual obligation with you, like you have to place this minimum amount of order to meet to be able to get the discount, to be able to get the minimum cost. So you are supposed to, there will be change in profit because you are ordering more to get the prices down. So you compute it accordingly. Okay, so here like we are talking about inventory management and how it helps. It helps with the better stock of inventory control. So review the effectiveness of existing purchasing and inventory systems. I mean, it should be closely reviewed if it is effective or not. The current policy that you have, and if it is not good enough, you need to change it. Know the stock turn for all major items of inventory. Like if you are running a grocery, then you have to find out what are the major items that you're ordering, how much stock you have. Apply tight controls to significant few items and simplify controls for the trivial many. So you have to apply tight control and for the important items, and for not so important items, you have to simplify the controls. Sell off outdated or slow moving merchandise or slow moving inventory. I mean, there's no point in carrying inventory which is old. So that's why big like places like Big Bazaar, there's a clearance. I mean, when they are not able to sell things fast, they put them into clearance. They give a lot of like 50% discount and they try to sell it fast, so that they get rid of the inventory. Otherwise, if it is not sold for a long time, it will go past its expiry date, and then no one will buy it, and there will be completely lost inventory. I mean, completely lost game for the company, because they will not be able to move it at all, and that will be expired, and there will be total loss. So that's why they try to sell the outdated stuff or slow moving merchandise fast. That's why they give discounts and higher discounts and even clearance. So have you seen this concept of clearance in any of the stores, Aditya?
No, sir.
No. Clearance is like a bigger discount, like 50%, or sometimes they give it to 80%, 90% discount for things which are close to the expiry date, so that they don't expire. They are able to sell it before the expiry date, and they are able to get rid of the inventory. So maybe they make very less profit or no profit on that inventory.
Sales like clearance sale, मतलब खराब सामान जो प्रोडक्ट है वो खत्म, मतलब एक्सपायर होने वाले हैं या कुछ भी है, तो जो नया स्टॉक है तो उसको क्लियर करने के लिए मेक क्लियरेंस सेल.
एक बार फिर से बोलना.
लाइक इन अगर नया स्टॉक आने वाला है, पुराना वाला उनका नई सेल हो रहा है, तो उनको उस स्टॉक को खत्म करने के लिए दे यूज्ड टू मेक क्लियरेंस सेल.
क्लियरेंस देनी पड़ती है या डिस्काउंट पड़ता है. क्लियरेंस high discount, 50%,
80% discounts and 80% discount, like in Adidas, Reebok. They in winters around Christmas they make sales of around 80% on discount. This kind of.
Yes, that is the concept I'm talking about. They have to move the inventory fast. Otherwise, I mean, if it goes past its expiry date, like shoes will not be, will never expire, but grocery will expire, and there are a lot of other stuff which will expire. So if it cannot be sold past its expiry date, then it will be completely, it will be a complete loss for the company. So they have to get rid of the inventory, and that's why they give more discounts. So it's, I think it's not very complicated concept. So it's simple concept. So they need to move the inventory quicker. I mean, slow moving inventory, especially, and outdated. Like if some firm is selling cloths and the cloths are going to go out of fashion, then they try to get rid of those cloths before the next season. So consider having part of a product outsourced to another manufacturer rather than make it yourself. I mean, that is also a part of inventory management. Sometimes if outsourcing is economical, if that makes sense, then some of the firms outsource some of the manufacturing to other firms rather than doing it themselves, if it is cheaper, if it makes any economic sense in that case. Review security procedures to ensure no stock is going out the back door. So you have to make sure that things are not getting stolen, and sometimes there might be dishonest stuff, or there might be theft. So you have to make sure that you have right security measures in place. Okay. Accounts payable is also equally important. So creditors are a vital part of effective cash management and should be managed carefully to enhance cash position. So creditors, people who you are going to pay. So they are creditors from whom, like they might be your suppliers, or they might be your bank. So you have to make sure that you are taking care of the accounts payable well. Purchasing initiates cash outflows, and overzealous purchasing function can create liquidity problems. So if you buy too much, then you'll run out of cash. So you have to be very careful while buying anything or while buying your inventory. So here are some of the guidelines for effective management of cash accounts payable. Who authorizes purchasing in your company? Is it tightly managed or spread over a number of people? So you have to make sure that only the correct people are authorizing purchasing the company. If a lot of people have the ability to place orders for purchase, I mean, then they might be misused. There might not be very effective management. So you have to make sure that the right people are authorizing the purchase. Are purchase quantities geared to demand forecast? Like demands might change, so the purchase has to match the forecasted demands. Okay, so if there's going to be high season like festive season, so you might have to place more orders in order to meet the demands. And if you are going to have a low season, then you have to place a lesser order accordingly. So, and you have to always forecast the demand accurately. Otherwise, you'll not be able to manage the inventory well. Do you use order quantities which take account of stock holding and purchasing cost? So, stock holding and purchasing cost are important, and we have to keep in mind while placing the order. Do you know the cost of company of carrying the stock? Do you know the cost to the company of carrying the stock? Carrying the stock means keeping the inventory. If you don't keep the inventory for some time without selling in, there are carrying costs that we discussed earlier. So you have to keep track of that. Do you have alternative sources of supply? If not, get quotes from major suppliers and shop around the best discount, credit terms, and reduce dependencies on a single supplier. There are many suppliers in the market, and you have to find the best supplier in the market. Otherwise, if you don't get the best supplier, you'll not be able to get the best deal. And credit terms, some suppliers give better credit terms. They give you more time to pay, lesser amount of interest you have to pay. So you have to find the best supplier in the market. How many suppliers have return policy? Many times if you're not able to sell the inventory, you might be able to send it back to the supplier and get the money back. So you have to check whether the supplier has a return policy or not. Are you in a position to pass on cost increases quickly through price increase to your customer? Are you in a position to pass on cost increases quickly through price increases to your customer? So you have uh, like the price changes. So you have to check if you are getting the inventory at a higher cost, you'll be able to generate profits accordingly from the customers or not. If a, if a supplier of goods or service lets you down, can you charge back the cost of delay? Like if supplier is not sending the goods in time, or if he does not send you the goods at all, can you charge him back for the delay or for the possible loss incurred? Can you? I mean, so you have to find a supplier which is credible, which sends you the stuff in time, and you should have some sort of agreement with the supplier that if they're not sending the inventory in time, they are liable to pay you some penalty. So that if you have this type of agreement in place, you'll be able to make sure that you get the things on time. Otherwise, you get the penalty. And if you get the penalty, I mean, that will act as a prohibitive measure on the supplier. Like if they are not paying on time, if they are not supplying on time, they still pay you some sort of penalty or damages. So can you arrange, Aditya, are you still with me?
Yes,
Aditya?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Can you arrange to have delivery of supplies staggered or just in time basis? So can you arrange to have delivery of supplies staggered or just in time basis? You have to make sure that you get the delivery a little bit in advance, or if you get just right on time, if it gets delayed, your business will suffer. So here are some of the ratios that we are going to discuss. Stock turnover ratio. So stock turnover ratio is the cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Stock turnover ratio days. I mean, we have discussed some of these terms in the previous lectures. Is the average stock into 365 divided by cost of goods sold. So 365, because there are 365 days in a year, and here we are talking about the number of days. So average stock divided by cost of goods sold into 365. Receivable turnover ratio. So net receivable turnover ratio is the net credit sale divided by average account receivable. And average account receivable period in days is average account receivable into 365 divided by net credit sales. Then there's payable turnover ratio. Payable turnover ratio is the net credit purchase divided by average account receivable. And average payable period is average account receivable into 365 divided by net credit sales. Current ratio is the ratio of current assets divided by current liabilities. So Aditya, let me ask you a question. If a company has 5 million of assets, and if it has 2 million in liability, then what is the current ratio for the company?
Sir, can you repeat?
Yeah, if a company has 5 million assets, $5 million in assets and $2 million in current liabilities, then what will be the current ratio? Current assets are $5 million, current liabilities are $2 million, what will be the current ratio?
So we will divide them in the current assets upon current liabilities. Then we will, if we divide we'll get the ratio.
Yeah, that will
Hello?
be the ratio. How much will be current assets 5 million and current liabilities 2 million? What is the current it's a simple math question.
Yes, sir. We will apply the formula current assets upon current liabilities, and the current assets are 5 million, and the current liabilities are 2 million. We will divide 5 by 2.
Yeah, how much will it be?
And so we will get 2.5.
Yeah, current ratio will be 2.15. Good. So there's a quick ratio also, which is current assets minus stock divided by current liabilities. Okay. So we reduce the equity from the current assets and divide that by current liabilities, then we get the current ratio. Working capital turnover ratio is the ratio between net sales and net working capital.
In quick ratio, CA is the current assets, right?
Come again?
Sir, in quick ratio, CA minus stock, CA is current assets.
Yeah.
Minus stocks we have upon current liability.
Yeah. So current assets minus stock divided by current liabilities. So that is the quick ratio for a company. So and then there's working capital turnover ratio is net sales divided by net working capital. So suppose net sales is $10 million and net working capital is $2 million, then what will be the working capital turnover ratio?
Sir, net sales is?
Net sales is $10 million and net working capital is $1 million. Then what will be the working capital turnover ratio?
Net sales is 10 and net working capital is 1 million, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, it will be like 10 upon 1, sir. We will get.
Yeah, so working capital turnover ratio will be 10. Okay.
1 into 10 is 10, sir.
Yeah, so it will be 10. 10 by 1 is 10. So working capital turnover ratio will be 10 in that case. Okay, so we come to the end of this discussion.
Like net sales is 10 and net working capital is 1. So the working capital turnover is 10. In reality, is it possible?
In practical terms, you know, working capital is normally more than sales. So in practical terms, it is not possible, but we are just taking an example. Okay. So, I mean, it is not a practical scenario. In practical scenario, net sales is less than net working capital normally. So we come to the end of third class, and let us talk a little bit about the assignment. The second assignment here we have the first assignment. Are you able to see my screen,
yes,
Aditya?
I want to ask you about we have to create a balance sheet.
Not exactly a balance sheet, but working capital is the difference between the assets and liabilities. So you have to, it's a sort of balance sheet, but you have to make a statement for the assets and liabilities. It's very simple. So make and give a statement of the current assets and current liabilities. And I have provided you the data.
Okay, sir. Actually, I was little confused in that assignment. If you give me a little bit idea how to create it, I'll do.
Okay, fine, Aditya. So let me.
Little bit idea, sir, was just for.
Yeah. Are you able to see the screen right now?
Sir, I am able to see the slide you have mentioned.
Yeah. See here, like statement of total cost. Here you have to give the raw material, direct labor, overhead, and total cost, and current assets and current liabilities, cash balance, raw material, work in progress, finished goods, debtors, total current assets, and current liabilities of creditor, direct labor, overhead, total current, and net working capital.
Sir, I am able to see the slide you were teaching, the formulas, current ratio and current assets upon current liabilities.
Yeah, those formulas are not even applied here. Here you are just talking about current assets and current liabilities. We are not talking about any ratios here. So see, net working capital is net current assets minus net current liabilities. and you have to prepare a statement like this. Like, are you able to see my screen right now?
No, sir. That is I'm telling you.
So you have to make a statement of current assets. I mean, from the data given, write the current assets like cash balance, raw material, work in progress, finished goods, debtors, and total current assets. The sum of these is total current assets. Liabilities is creditor, direct labor, overhead, total current liabilities, and the net working capital is net current asset minus net current liability. You have to make a statement. It's simple, Aditya. Other people have already submitted the assignment, and you get 1 more week's time. Aditya, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So what is that you are not able to understand in this? It's a very simple statement you have to make.
I'll try again, sir. Last time I opened it and I thought how to create it, but I
Yeah,
was not able.
working capital, net working capital is the difference between the current assets and current liabilities. So it is simple. You have to give a description of the current assets. You have to give the description of current liabilities, and net working capital is the difference between the current assets and current liabilities. It's not complicated.
Okay, sir. I'll submit it.
Okay. So try your best, and we'll see. And
Okay,
if you have any questions for today's class, today's session.
no, sir. I have submitted the second assignment, sir.
Yeah, soon I'll be grading that. Soon I'll be grading that, and we will have one more session after this, and then I'll also give you the midterm paper, for which you get 2 weeks, 1 week for submitting the first assignment, and then you get midterm assignment, and there'll be a final assignment as well. So
Okay, sir.
in the next class, we will discuss more. We'll take case study for Bajaj Alliance working capital.
Okay,
so
sir.
that'll be interesting, and I'm glad you are coming to the classes. A lot of people not even attending. So, but good thing is that people are submitting the assignment, and okay, in the next
I'm
class,
not.
come back. Might have. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Anything?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Bye.
Sure, sir.